And if today couldn't get any worse, it is now official that the XFL has canceled its league and it will not be playing the rest of the 2020 regular season. And this is certainly probably the most disappointing loss that we've probably had over the past couple of days. Of course, the coronavirus has absolutely put a bomb on the entire sports world for that matter. I mean, we'll go over it in a different video, just kind of recapping the entire just couple of days that we've had. It's just been absolutely insane, and it's been quite possibly the craziest day I've ever been a part of relating to sports. I mean, it's just been absolutely insane. It is so hard to believe all of this has happened within a matter of like 24 hours. It's just crazy. But nonetheless, in this video, we're just going to be going over a recap on the 2020 XFL season. And thankfully, it's not like how the AAF ended by just folding in general. The XFL is not folding at all. They will be back in the 2021 season with more, and I believe they are contracted in. So they are not going to be canceling the 2021 season whatsoever. So that is certainly really good for the XFL. But it's just a really sad situation right now. I mean, just so many crazy things have happened over the last couple of days. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and start recapping these teams for the 2020 season. And starting off with their Houston Roughnecks, probably would be your XFL champion if you had to declare one today. They were 5-0 this season, certainly the best team in the entire league throughout the first 5 weeks. And I mean, quite possibly, I think they were my number one ranked team from weeks 3 to 5. So certainly, and they would be my number one for week number 6 as well. This Houston Roughnecks team certainly surprised me this season so far. I thought that your championship game would end up being like the Dallas Renegades and the DC Defenders, with the Renegades winning it. I thought coming into this season that the Renegades would be my early favorite to go on to win the XFL. After all, they have a ton of talent on their team with Landry Jones, a great running back, and Artis Payne. They've got a really good team in general, lots of talent on there. And of course, they were a bit of a disappointment in the season that we got out of the XFL. But nonetheless, your DC Defenders were 3-2. They certainly they had a couple of bad weeks in there. They won last week. They won their Week 5 matchup, but weeks 3 and 4 certainly did not look very good for the DC Defenders. It looked like this team was going to cripple down and not do so well. But I tell you what, probably the biggest surprise of the season for me would have to be the St. Louis Battlehawks. I did not expect this team to do well at all. I felt like they were going to be the bottom feeder of the XFL, but they turned out to be 3-2, and certainly I think that they would have had a really great chance of making it to the XFL championship if the championship game would have happened, and they would have probably played the Houston Roughnecks for that championship. But yeah, it's still pretty sad we don't get to see a championship game in this league. The New York Guardians, they ended up finishing 3rd in the East Division. They were 3-2 as well, and they've been playing pretty well recently. They started off this season 1-2, and it didn't look like they were going to be a very good team after their first 2 losses, but they really have stepped up their game lately. And it looked like the New York Guardians, just as they were starting to play really well, the XFL season gets canceled. Same with the Tampa Bay Vipers. I mean, this team looked absolutely horrible for their first 3 games of the season, but really the last couple of weeks, they've really stepped it up. And this Tampa Bay Vipers team, if we would have continued the season, I've got a feeling that they could have surprised a lot of teams. But nonetheless, the Dallas Renegades finished off 2-3, Los Angeles finished off 2-3, and the Seattle Dragons really looked like the one team that was a little bit lost, especially in week number 5. They finished off the season at 1-4. And I'd say for my final standings, I did not create graphics for these just because I don't think it'd be very worth it. But my final standings would have to be the Houston Roughnecks at number 1. Your number 2 would have to be the DC Defenders. Your number 3 would be St. Louis Battlehawks. Number 4, New York Guardians. Number 5 would be the Dallas Renegades. Number 6 would have to be, I'd probably say, the Los Angeles Wildcats. And then that would follow with the Tampa Bay Vipers and then the Seattle Dragons. But nonetheless, yeah, I mean, it's been a great season. Genuinely, I mean, I think this was a really great season. Looking kind of back on the AAF, we certainly had a better quality of play for sure. I mean, I feel like these games were actually really quality. They certainly they weren't anything like the NFL. Of course, the NFL has much more talent than the XFL does, but certainly these games were very watchable in my opinion, and I think this league has a ton of potential going into future seasons for sure. I mean, there's a lot of potential with many of these players on many of these teams. But yeah, once again, it's just really sad that it had to end this way. I mean, man, I was really looking forward to the rest of the season, and I've had a really fun time covering it as well. I mean, of course, I always have so much fun covering the football season while it's in season, including the NFL and college football. But with the XFL, of course, with the XFL coming just right after the NFL season finished, it was pretty exciting for me. And of course, I was looking forward to being able to cover football for a good another month or so, because this league was scheduled to end, I believe, in April. I think their championship game was like the last week of April. I think it was April 26th, if I'm right. But yeah, the XFL genuinely was something that I really enjoyed, and it's really sad that it's over now. But nonetheless, I am really looking forward to the 2021 season of the XFL. I will be covering it again, no doubt about it. I mean, I kind of covered the AAF last year, but I've really had a genuine amount of fun with the XFL, much more than I did last year with the AAF. Nonetheless, let me know your thoughts in the comments below on the XFL quitting or on the XFL canceling the rest of the regular season. Let me know your thoughts on this whole coronavirus situation. It's absolutely insane. I mean, man, I did not see this coming from a long shot. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy all that has happened. And of course, once again, I'll create another video just kind of going over the crazy events of today in general. I mean, but man, you got March Madness being canceled, to the NHL, to the NBA being postponed. I mean, you've got so many other things. I know NASCAR doesn't have any fans available in the stands. That's pretty much the only sport we got right now. I mean, we don't have anything until like late summer, and the only thing that we've got right now is basically NASCAR and golf, which both those sports are not even allowing fans right now. So that's absolutely crazy. And then we don't even have sports going into summer as well. Like, all college sports are completely canceled out throughout June. I mean, you got the college baseball season pretty much already in the dumps, because now we don't have a College World Series to look forward to. So that's pretty sad as well. But yeah, nonetheless, it's for the good. I mean, that's for sure. That's all I can really say about it. I mean, you have to do it when you have all these leagues doing it. And with the coronavirus spreading as the way that it is right now, it's got to be the smartest move to do. I mean, if it would spread any worse than it already is right now, we could be in a really bad situation, no doubt about it. And so I think it's just the best thing that we could do right now is just canceling. Just canceling the rest of the regular season, like what the XFL did, or postponing, as long as the coronavirus is still really prominent in the U.S. And of course, it's just what you got to do right now. But nonetheless, that about wraps up this video. I also apologize for the lack of uploads lately too. Of course, this March has been a really slow one for me getting out uploads, and there's a good reason for that. I've actually been in track and field. I'm doing track and field right now, and so practice has really been up in my schedule. I've been really busy with all that, and also with that, I've also been sick the last couple of days, if you can't tell by my voice. Don't worry, it's not the coronavirus or anything, but yeah, I'll try to get back to regular uploads within the next couple of days, so I'll be working on that. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for listening. Thank you guys all for watching me cover the XFL. We'll be doing this once again next year. Thank you guys all for watching once again. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central, and I will see you all later.